Irate Gamer, the angry video game nerd. Did you see this coming?
I have to be completely honest. I did not see that coming at all. Wow. So yes, do not adjust your computer screen. You are not in the year 2007. You are very much still in the year 2020. And I mean, what can I say, right? For those of you that have been on this platform for as long as I have, and of course, when I say that, I mean, obviously, I haven't been a creator since 2006, but I have seen, I have been around here on YouTube since 2006. I've had my original YouTube account since the site first started, got to see the rise and fall of very many content creators, both on the gaming scene as well as others, but obviously what drew me onto this site was the gaming content initially. Among them, of course, I'm not going to deny it was AVGN as well as a couple others. Quickly grew out of kind of that whole angry review style, but I did enjoy it from time to time. But everybody remembers the feud between the angry video game nerd fans and the irate gamer fans. I want to I would say the feud between them, but really it was more of like a silent feud between the two, because they never really publicly acknowledged each other much, or at least in their content, they didn't really acknowledge each other. I mean, there was times where James would go to conventions and he would, the only kind of questions he would answer regarding Chris Bors, aka the irate gamer, was just kind of saying like, well, he pretends like I don't exist. And as far as the irate gamer, Chris Bors, he would not really take digs or anything like that in his videos at James. Although a couple years back, I should say more than a couple years at this point, he did finally address the kind of issues he had with James. And I'll go ahead and link that video in the description below for y'all to go ahead and check out, where he kind of directly addressed his issues with James Rolfe, aka the angry video game nerd, and how when he initially had approached James and told him, hey, you inspired my content, this, that, or the other. Apparently there was something regarding a list of demands that James had for him, and one of the things that Chris alleges had happened was that the email that he sent to James, which some people feel might have actually gone to Mike Matei, and Mike Matei might have been the one that did this, allegedly. They posted the email that Chris had sent publicly. And Chris felt that was a bit of a slight, because he sent that in good faith and he sent that privately, and he felt that it was done in a way to, just kind of, I guess, take a dig at him, and he didn't appreciate that. So, he never really, even though a lot of people felt that, of course, hey, you stole AVGN's gimmick and all that stuff. According to Chris, the whole reason why he developed the irate gamer character was because of some contest that he did where he had to spoof the angry video game nerd. So he came up with the irate gamer character to be a spoof. Of course, he didn't win that contest, but then once he saw that he could capitalize on the character, especially here on the platform, because one thing that happened was that Chris, a lot of people don't know this, but Chris actually got YouTube partnership before James did, and a lot of fans, and maybe even James himself, I don't know this is just me speculating, a lot of fans did take exception to that, and that made them hate irate gamer that much more, because he had actually gotten partnership with YouTube before Angry Video Game Nerd did, and some of his videos had gone viral, and a lot of his stuff was pushed to the top, and a lot of people felt that was unjust because of the fact that it was obviously Angry Video Game Nerd who came up with this gimmick first, and a lot of people felt that Chris Bors, aka the irate gamer, had plagiarized him, and that there's probably a degree of truth to that, I would say. And I remember there was this huge war between the Irate Gamer fans and the AVGN fans, and it was crazy. Me and Manny pretty much saw the rise of all that, and we enjoyed both their content for different reasons. Sometimes we felt that certain games that they both covered, right, that one covered the game better than the other. One added some information or details that maybe the other one didn't, and it was kind of it was a give or take, right? And that's the way I think it should be when it comes to games, right? And game reviewing is that people have a different preference, right? And the more options you have to pick from, the better that's going to be. The better it's going to be for the community, the better it's going to be overall. You know, I think competition breeds excellence. Now, one could argue about whether or not it was truly competition. They just felt that Irate Gamer was just nothing more than a copycat of James. But this is something that went on for several years, right? The back and forth, and like I said, a little bit of a cold war between the two, and a lot of fans in the middle of it, taking their sides and taking shots at each guy. I mean, there was even like blogs dedicated, I think, at one time. I know that there was people out there. I shouldn't say vlogs. There might have been vlogs. I don't know. I think there was. I think there was like an Irate Gamer Sucks website for a little bit, or a vlog site that had mods and everything. It was crazy, and there was just a lot of hate for Chris Bores. Now, over the years, Chris Bores eventually did move on to other things. He did make other content. He did like ghost hunting and paranormal type of content, and after a while, his viewership started just kind of declining a bit, and he just was making less and less of the Irate Gamer content, and for a little while there, he kind of retired the character, one could say, and went on to do other things. Now, eventually, he did come back and start doing gaming content, but as his Chris Neo persona and things like that, and he wasn't as consistently making YouTube videos for a while, so there was a point in time where, of course, because of that, James Rolfe, who stayed consistent, he definitely took a very commanding lead at that point. And Chris just kind of faded a little bit. He would come back from time to time making certain video game content. He did finally bring back the Irate Gamer character recently, and it seemed like he had another storyline in mind. Now, this, for a lot of people, of course, is nostalgic because this is the early days of YouTube, right? This is what people always wanted to see, was these two kind of clash finally, and it looks like that's finally going to happen. And I gotta say, I'm excited for it. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I think that it's fun. It's one of those things that it's something I think that the YouTube community needs right now. It's something fun, a nice little distraction with all the stuff that's happening right now with all these different creators that started up on this platform getting canceled left and right, and a whole lot of negativity. It's like I think the timing for it is perfect for people to forget and kind of go back to the old days of YouTube and remember the good times and things like that. And it's cool to see that these guys have finally, at least seemingly, put their differences aside and have decided to collab on something. I'm guessing that this is something that is going to span across both their channels. It'll probably be a multi-part series, or I would think it would be that way. I think that's the best way to do it. And we're going to kind of experience the golden age of gaming YouTube once again because of this. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, look, good on both guys. I'm glad that they were finally able to bury the hatchet, and hopefully this will lead to something good here, right? Something that a lot of people will enjoy. And I can't stress enough that I'm excited to see, even if it's something really cheesy and corny, because I think at the end of the day, it's just something fun. It's just something fun for the fans, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day, is you all, the viewers. And I mean, I don't know what else to say than good on both of them, and it's going to be interesting to see how this all comes together, right? So what do you all think of this? Are you all happy to finally see this crossover that people have been waiting at this point? Dang, I mean, more than 10 years to see. Or is it too little, too late? Let me know what you think in the comments section below. Were you always Team AVGN? Were you Team Irate Gamer? Were you like me and Manny, who we were just kind of neutral? We didn't really We didn't really buy into either side. We just didn't care. As long as they were producing content, we were okay with it. Or is this the first you've ever heard of either of these guys because you're that new to YouTube? Let me know in the comments section below. And until next time, y'all know how it goes. The hunt continues. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a like, share, and comment below.